some of you motherfuckers send a goddamn document, that document, to your board members with the wrong fucking information. How fucking stupid are you? Pretty fucking stupid. You won't even change the dates. How fucking stupid are you? Because you're in a hurry because you want to get a deal done. When you leave here, the longer it takes you to get a deal done, the higher the probability you're never going to get a deal done. And that's the fucking truth. Now, guys, I couldn't make this shit up. It's in your DNA, stepping on your dick. As little as your dick is, and Asian dicks are little. If I had an upsell, I wouldn't tell you all this shit. But I don't give a shit if you die tonight, and I mean it. But if you remember back when the Minister of Energy, the Chinese guy, committed suicide, maybe 10, 15 years, that was the guy. And the Russians took care of him. Because you don't sell the Russians a pile of shit and think that you're gonna get away with it. That's death. That is death. This happens all the time. And what do you think they're gonna do to you? You don't know shit from apple butter. They're gonna fuck you for practice. It's ugly out there, kids. That's the real world. Don't you get it? Because humanity's getting weaker. And when I say we're through as a species, I have data. I have data, raw fucking data, of thousands and thousands and thousands of meatheads. Somebody comes and spit in your wife's face. You got three choices. The choice that is most often clicked is I would try to ascertain what kind of day he was having. Are you fucking shitting me? You're gonna ascertain what the asshole maybe he had a bad day? What the fuck's wrong with you people? That's where we are as a race. Homo sapien. You heard him though, didn't you? I'm not gonna ask you how many of you could be sold by him, because you're gonna lie. How many of you would have joined his rowboat to glory? He's got some big fucking hitters. His rowboat to freedom, financial freedom. I feel like a preacher. How many of you? Maybe none. When he's the interviewing process, if they say one wrong, fuck you, next. And he actually tells me, fuck, I love it. I mean, I love it. And you wouldn't say, you weenie cunt vaginas, wouldn't say shit if it was in your mouth. When you go to Reddit in 6 months and you're writing how it didn't work, make sure you put because you were a big vagina. And there are no secrets, it's just mysteries. And now, whistleblowing is vogue. You rat out your company, you rat out your best friend, is vogue. On these fucking little meaty mouth cocksucking millennials, etc. It's vogue. You get awards for ratting people out now. That's where the world's gone. I'm not saying this is right, but we would go to jail first. And now you get a fucking award. They make you Ratter of the Year on Time Magazine or some shit. That's where we are. And that's why it's so fucking easy. Arguably, the greatest tennis coach alive doesn't know how to play tennis. You fucking mongoloid idiots. And you want to know the why. When I tell you, you don't have to know a motherfucking thing about anything vis-a-vis the industry you go in, I'm telling you the goddamn truth. And it's not an exaggeration. But most of you will fail because you gotta know why. Because it's in your DNA. No, you don't have to do anything. All the shit you know, forget, you fucking moron. All the shit you know, forget. I cannot help you fill your cup with new knowledge until you empty the piss out of it. I told you last night, one of the hardest things, the most important thing you're gonna do is to get a chairman that stands in the breach when they're gonna fucking cut your balls off. But then you gotta convince them you don't need any money. You're not gonna find a white, purple, green, apricot-colored man, woman, or child that doesn't believe you need equity. The only universally accepted thing is you gotta have money to make money. And it's not true. I stand before you. Now you've heard these Bible thumpers that are now, I don't know if they're any less religious, but they certainly don't sound religious now, do they? These guys wouldn't say shit if it was in their mouth when I met them. It works. And what they've seen now over 4 or 5 years, that the fucking shit works. The harder you are, the better it is for you. Now they call it ruthless. These guys wouldn't know ruthless if it bit them in the dick. Why the richest countries in the world did not own up to and put in the $100 billion that was promised in 2015. Why? Whatever, I don't give a shit. Not because they thought it was too late, which I think is too late, because they know that when you give the money to the third and fourth world countries, they're gonna steal it. And not one fucking dime is gonna get done to where it's supposed to. But nobody talks about that, because you can't talk about the poor minorities, as they say in Texas. They steal all the fucking money. So why would a rich country want to, it doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong, why would you want to you might as well piss the money down a rat hole. You might as well burn it. But nobody talks about it. And I'm going to tell the truth, because they steal it. And the truth is the only blade that anybody understands. And when I prove to the millennials that if they stop today, everything that they want, it's 1,000 years before the world's the same. We're way past climate change. We're dead. We're a dead fucking planet. I didn't like to touch before fucking Corona. I used to say, unless you're blonde with big tits and you got your legs in the air, don't touch me. I've said that a million fucking times. So when Corona came, I said, oh, God answered my prayer. And when everybody goes, and ooh, makes my skin crawl. You didn't touch Caesar. It still bothers me intellectually how naive people can be. This makes it even better for us. The Russians with less talent get more medals because they're afraid if they don't get a gold medal, they'll be killed when they go back. That's a hell of a way to run a railroad, I understand. But fear works. It always has, and in my judgment, it always will. Because they're a reflection of you, weak vagina. You go back and you give them the weekly thing, they will quit, they will leave you like you've got the fucking plague. I guarantee it. You have no idea because you're not holding them accountable. Somebody better be tough on your board. Why do I keep saying this over and over and over? Because one, you're not gonna follow the steps, and two, you're gonna get a cunt for a chairman. Your chairman should be there just for monetary reasons, not to save the fucking planet, not because he likes you. That's an absolute. If he likes you, he shouldn't be your chairman. I want you to succeed more than you do. That's so obvious to me, especially this group. Not just because of your scoring. I mean, it's just obvious as shit. You're too slappy happy. Everybody's happy. Fuck, happy about what? You haven't done dick. And I mean, that's a sad commentary. And more importantly, I know what you're capable of. Fuck, I've seen minus intellects become billionaires. Minus fucking intellects. Jesus Christ. I've seen people with 80 IQs not become billionaires, make 400 or 500 million. Jesus Christ. But you gotta want it. Any questions? And there are such a thing as stupid questions. Most of you are pigs. You don't know which fucking fork to eat with. And whose fault is that? Your fucking parents. Most of you don't know when to stand up, sit down, or shit. You don't know anything. And whose fault is that? Your fucking parents. You're fucked up because of your parents. In Roman times, I say go back and kill them. Not metaphorically speaking in Roman times, because I'd mean it. But if you give that report to your employees, I told you yesterday, half will quit within 30 days. In 6 months, you won't have one employee that you had before. Not one. They'll walk away from their options. They'll walk away from their stock. They'll walk away from everything. Accumulated vacation pay and all that shit, just to get away from you. And now you're slappy happy. You go to lunch with them, you know, kiss them on the cheek and all that shit. So far, how has your program worked out, kids? It hasn't. When I asked you, what's the highest performance thing your mother ever did? Nothing. What's the highest performance thing your father ever did? Nothing. What's the highest performance parent thing that your grandparents on both sides? Nothing. What's the highest performance thing you've ever done? Nothing. I was captain of the football team. I made the wrestling squad. So fucking what? So if your family historically has accomplished nothing in the last 3 or 4 generations, what are the odds of you accomplishing anything? None. That we can still turn you. If you follow the fucking steps, I say if you follow the fucking steps at least 100 times during the seminar. Why do I say that? Because you don't follow the fucking steps. You look for a shortcut. You look for a tip. There are no shortcuts to high performance. And I've never, ever seen in 76 years a part-time high-performance person. Never. I'm working on it, Mr. Peña. Do you think Steve Jobs ever said, I'm working on it? Do you think Elon Musk ever said, I'm working on it? No. Success leaves clues. And we're going to give you 1,000 clues this week. And it's up to you to follow them.